Good morning, dear student. We are discussing the Victorian poets, and we have discussed the major poets: Alfred Lord Tennyson, Robert Browning, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Matthew Arnold, and today there is one another major poet, Gerard Manley Hopkins, 1844, 1889. A Jesuit priest, a poet who experimented with the poetic technique, established a reputation as an innovator and poetic revolutionary. Like many of his contemporaries, Hopkins was influenced by the classic and poetry of Keats. He formed a close friendship with Robert Bridges that lasted a lifetime and was an ardent admirer of Christina Rossetti. His major compositions include The Wreck of Deutschland, 1875, God's Grandeur, 1877, Pied Beauty, The Windower, To the Christ our Lord. He is remembered chiefly for his innovative use of kind of free verse, which he called the sprung rhythm. In this, the lines have an irregular arrangement of stress and unstressed syllables, giving it a rhythm of common speech. He is considered by many to be ahead of his time and pioneer of modern poetry. So, as far as Gerard Manley Hopkins is concerned, he was by profession priest and poet, and who was considered as an experimental poet, we can say, poetic technique, who has experimented with the poetic technique. He established reputation as an innovator and poetic revolutionary. So, as far as Robert Browning is concerned, they develop the dramatic monologue. They try to express their feelings with the help of the iambic pentameter lines. But as far as Hopkins is concerned, he tried to use the free verse. We can say the irregular arrangement of trace and untraced syllable, and that it gives the rhythm of common speech. Means he doesn't want to differentiate between the language of prose and language of poetry. So that was the move ahead towards the modernistic poetry, because people in modern period generally don't have even time to just ponder about the rhythm and meter and all that. That's why he just wanted to tell his thoughts with the help of poetry that may be easily understood by the common people. That may be his motto while developing the free verse while writing his poetries. Dear student, we have to keep in mind his major works. So, The Wreck of Deutschland, which was published in 1875. हमें सिर्फ उनके वर्क ध्यान में रखने हैं, तो उनके जो मेजर वर्क थे वो है ब्रेक ऑफ डचलैंड, 1875 में पब्लिश हुए थे. दूसरा वर्क है बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल पोएम है. इट इज़ टोटली बेस्ड ऑन क्रिश्चियनिटी, बिकॉज बाय प्रोफेशन ही वाज प्रीस्ट एंड ही ऑलवेज ट्राई टू write poetry on the basis of Christianity. The Wreck of Deutschland is also based on Christianity. God's Grandeur, this is another poem. Pied Beauty, The Windower, To the Christ our Lord. These four major works are there, written by Gerard Manley Hopkins. You should keep in mind. Otherwise तुम्हें ये लिख के भी रख दो कि गेरार्ड मैनली हॉपकिंस बहुत ही कम वर्क यहाँ पे दिए हैं, एंड आई होप दिस वर्क विल बी आस्क्ड इन योर एग्जामिनेशन. सो यू शुड राइट इट डाउन while when you hear this particular video. Just write it down. These are four major work of Gerard Manley Hopkins. So which are they? The Wreck of Deutschland, The God's Grandeur, Pied Beauty, and The Windower, To the Christ our Lord. These are the major works by Gerard Manley Hopkins, and he was originator of the spring rhythm. So what is spring rhythm? In this, the lines have an irregular arrangement of stressed and unstressed syllable, giving it the rhythm of common speech. So you may be asked also who was the originator of sprung rhythm. So you should keep in mind it was the Gerard Manley Hopkins who introduced the sprung rhythm in poetry. The next is Rossetti, the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Rossetti and the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. The Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, also known as Pre-Raphaelites, was originally a painter's movement founded in 1848 by Dante Gabriel Rossetti, William Holman Hunt, John Everett Millais, William Michael Rossetti and others. What is the Pre-Raphaelite movement? Basically, it was the painter's movement, and that was found in 1848 by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. You may be asked these 4 members, so you should keep in mind and write it down. The 4 members were Dante Gabriel Rossetti, William Holman Hunt, John Everett Millais and William Michael Rossetti and others. But these 4 were the most prominent member of this particular movement. Basically, Pre-Raphaelite movement was painter's movement and it was founded in 1488. ये basically a painter की movement थी. That Pre-Raphaelite movement was not the poet's movement. जैसा कि हमें पता है कि Victorian movement, classical movement, metaphysical movement, romantic revival, these are the movements formulated by the poets. As far as Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood is concerned, it was not basically the movements of writers or poets, it was basically movements of painters. ये पेंटर की मूवमेंट थी बेसिकली. द इंटेंशन वाज टू रिवोल्ट अगेंस्ट द 18th century academic approach to art. 18th century academic approach to art, म्हणजे हमें पता है कि जो क्लासिकल रोमांटिक रिवाइवल में आर्ट फॉर आर्ट सेक वगैरह जो एकेडमिक इंटेंशन था आर्ट के बारे में, उसके अगेंस्ट में जो मोटो था, उसके अगेंस्ट में उन्होंने ये मोमेंट्स ये की थी, मुझे फॉर्म की थी. दे बिलीव इन सिंप्लिसिटी एंड एक्यूरेसी इन डिटेल. They believed in simplicity and accuracy to detail, directness and precision. So, while writing your poetry, if you are using the bombarding words and you are using the far-fetched images and that is not that are not understood by the common people, what is the use of your that arts? So they just trace on simplicity. That may be understood by the common people. That was their motto. And Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood generally was the basically the movement of painters, but thereafter that came into poets also, and they just trace on the motto of literature that literature should be, any art should be in simple, straightforward way that may be easily understood by the common people. That was their motto. They believe that the artist must have personal freedom to determine their own ideas and method of depiction, and individuality should be given most importance in while dealing with the arts and literature. So any artist, that particular artist should have personal freedom and determination to own ideas, their own ideas and method of depiction. Whatever the painter may be, that poet may be, if he wants, he must have that much authority or that much freedom to depict that particular things in his own way, whatever way, whatever matter, whatever in manner he wants to depict that particular thing. So that was the freedom, we can say that was freedom they wants. They believed that the artist must have the personal freedom to determine their own ideas and method of depiction. They believed in the superiority of medieval culture and strove to find the balance between the spiritualism and realism. So this was also the most important motto that we have to keep in mind while addressing this Pre-Raphaelite movement. They always believed in superiority of medieval culture. Medieval culture means in medieval culture we generally just get glimpses of castles and that kings and queens and that the whole atmosphere and some supernatural agencies, all that all these medieval cultures, that is, they just believe in that superiority of medieval culture and strove to find the balance between the spiritualism and realism. Spiritualism means we generally thinks that our soul is important and we have to do much more to develop our souls, not our body. Okay, so instead of developing our physical appearances or physical properties, we have to give more importance to our soul, and that is spiritualism. And realism means while living in this world, we have to keep in mind the real things that is happening in this whole universe. So there should be the proper balance between the spiritualism and realism. It doesn't mean that if we are focusing on the realism and we just forgot about the spiritualism. Just for example, I want to trace that if we are facing the corona pandemic in this present situation. In this situation, we are believing in science and other vaccines and all that. But in the same way, we should have also faith in God and the power of nature and power of God. That is, spiritual powers also helps us to get cured in this way. I mean, yes, we can get that much inner power to fight that particular pandemic. So they believe that there should be proper balance between the spiritualism and realism. That was the most important motto that we have to understand while dealing with the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Then we have to keep in mind some works at that particular moment was written by Gabriele Dante Rossetti. Early poetry was influenced by John Keats. His first poem, Dante Gabriele Rossetti's early poetry was influenced by the John Keats. His first poem appeared in Pre-Raphaelite periodical, The Germ, and some in Oxford and Cambridge magazine. The Dante Gabriele Rossetti's works particularly first appeared in Pre-Raphaelite. They formed their own periodical, and in that periodical they generally try to publish their work, and their periodical name was The Germ, and so there some works were also published in Oxford and Cambridge magazine in 1856. He translated Dante's work titled The Early Indian Poets. Dante Gabriele Rossetti also translated the Dante's work titled The Early Indian Poets in 1861. His first volume of original poem appeared in 1870. He published only one other volume, Ballad and Sonnet, in 1881, the year before his death. So these are the major work that we should keep in mind. His first initial works were published in their Pre-Raphaelite periodical Germ, and some in Oxford and Cambridge magazine in 1856. So Dante Gabriele Rossetti also translated the Dante's work titled The Early Italian Poets. Dante means Dante Gabriele Rossetti doesn't mean that original Dante. Original Dante was in Italy, and his Italian works were translated by Dante Gabriele Rossetti. The titles were The Early Italian Poets, that was published in 1861. His first volume of original poems appeared in 1870. He published only one other volume, Ballad and Sonnets, in 1881. So you should write down the work of Dante Gabriele Rossetti. He translated the early Italian poet. Then his own work is Ballads and Sonnets, and they had tendency to identify the physical with spiritual and look for the permanency in them. His poem had the pictorial richness and vibrant imagery, as in The Blessed Damsel. This is also most important work by Dante Gabriele Rossetti, Blessed Damsel. His most prominent work includes The House of Life, sequence of sonnets poem like Jenny, Last Confession, Troy Town, Stream Secret. These are also the most prominent work written by Dante Gabriele Rossetti. You just write down in your book. Just I have sent also the PDF of this particular moment. So You just write down the work of the first work were the early Italian poets, then ballad and sonnets, then House of Life, then Jenny, Last Confession, then Troy Town and Stream Secret. These are the most prominent work written by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Rossetti experimented with the rhythm and refrain and influenced many later poets like Swinburne, Wilde. His writing were an expression of Victorian uncertainty, loss of faith and fear of time. These are the some traits, we can say the features of Victorian poetry, and we can find that Victorian traits in the writing of Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I will not discuss in detail all about that. You just keep in mind the major work of Dante Gabriel Rossetti, that is the early Italian poet, then ballad and sonnets, then House of Life, then Jenny, the Last Confession, then Troy Town and Stream Secret. These are the most famous work, prominent work of Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Okay, the remaining portion we will discuss tomorrow. Thank you.